right, let's be honest. Wearing pants sucks. Why should we be stuck in stiff jeans crushing our family jewels? Well, those days are over thanks to Public Rec. They got the deal maker pants, and let me tell you, these feel like sweatpants but look like jeans. You get that 5-pocket style, but all the comfort that you need to go from work to play, no problem. These pants are made with their Workday 2.0 fabric. Wind and water resistant, so they're built to handle whatever you got going on. Clean, classic, and comfortable. These are gonna be your new everyday pants. I've been switching between the deal maker and the day maker pants, and I pair them with the go-to tee, and trust me when I tell you, it's the perfect fit. Plus, Public Rec will let you pick your exact size, waist, and length. None of that small, medium, large nonsense. And with 10 color options, you can find your perfect look. Stop suffering in regular pants. Right now, you get 20% off with code Chael at checkout. That's 20% at publicrec.com. Make sure you use code Chael at checkout. Or, to make it easier, just click below. Only thing keeping Max Holloway relevant is the BMF belt, and Ilia Topuria will take him down and submit him anytime he wants, according to Ilia Topuria. Now, I gotta tell you, there's parts of the sport that interest me that are somewhat unique to me. Like, I enjoyed watching the rise of Kevin Lee, the rise of Colby Covington, the rise of Sean O'Malley, the rise of Israel Adesanya. I enjoyed watching that very much from how they interact and engage with you, how they get over, okay? So, when Topuria goes, man, he goes hard. There is nobody that has ever put Max Holloway on blast. Conor McGregor fought Max Holloway and didn't have anything to say about Max Holloway. Everybody likes Max Holloway. So, here you've got Ilia Topuria, and he's this brand new champion. He's living his dream. Right? He's watching the UFC, he's watching all these guys on TV, and he's hoping he can get in, and maybe he could get some of that TV time. Maybe he could win a match or two. All of a sudden, he ends up getting hand sanitizer thrown at him. Mr. Water Bottle is how I remember it in my head, but I believe you guys have corrected me in the comment section, and I read every one of them. I think it was Mr. Hand Sanitizer. Remember that when him and Patty are throwing these things at one another? And Ilia is trying to fight Patty. The whole world took Patty's side because we didn't know who Ilia Topuria was. He might as well be Mr. Hand Sanitizer. I remember looking him up myself. when I was going to talk to you guys about this backstage episode that he has with Patty. I find out he's 12-0. He'd never been beat. But he's a 145-pounder. So now you got a 145-pounder whose name is unknown, of Ilia Topuria. That's a hard name to say, not for nothing. That's a really hard name to spell. And this guy's busting on the scene, and he's trying to go after one of the biggest draws in the sport. That wasn't long ago, guys. That was only like 2.5 years ago, 2 years ago. This wasn't that long. So, all right. Fast forward, Ilia starts beating up a whole bunch of people. Ilia becomes the champion. Now, when you're the champion, there's certain things you have to do. But more times than not, it is viewed by the champion as certain things you don't have to do. You don't have to come up and build a fight, because your next fight's going to be a world title. It's going to be a world title because you're bringing it. You don't have to go out and build a main event and try to sell a card in a pay-per-view. You can stick that right up Dana's ass. You figure it out. You bring out the bells and the whistles. I've already done these things. If you're so good at promoting, go out and sell it. They look at it as what I don't have to do. I'm going to skip a PR meeting. I'm going to skip a marketing tour. What are you going to do about it? I'm the champion. My next fight will be for the championship. Championships go on pay-per-view. Championships go last on pay-per-view, right? Like, you've got the whole thing made, and most guys will look at it like that. And then you'll have guys that go on to be stars. Guys that go on and they'll swing the needle so hard they'll pay everybody else on the card. They'll pay the whole production crew and everybody that set this up, and they'll get the audience to come out. Those guys are Sean O'Malley. Those guys are Israel Adesanya. I could put far more champions, damn near all of them, in the category of looking at as champion what I don't have to do. Okay? So when I'm studying Topuria, I'm going, man, this guy's, and I don't have it down yet, guys, but neither do you. Like, Topuria is breaking a lot of molds, okay? If you're going to talk trash, you got to be witty. You got to be funny. You got to be quick on it. You got to be able to be live on a stage, and you've got to thought of everything the night before in bed. Not just the opponent that I'm out there with, but everybody else on the stage who might be in different weight classes who just to get their name out there is going to take a shot at me, and I got to be ready to pound them back. And a lot of guys don't think this way, and they go and they get showed up. If you're going to talk trash, that is very different than a tough guy talking. Right? Talking tough versus a tough guy talking are very different things. And the guy that talks tough, and the guy that talks trash, the guy that comes at Max and says, the only thing got you relevant is the BMF title, and you're not even putting it up. I'll take you to the ground anytime I want, and I'll finish you the second I get there. The guy that's doing that isn't the guy that's bringing the belt who's guaranteed the spot. Not to mention, he's a little bit handsome to be doing that, right? I mean, like the nice guy in the baby face, there's a reason in professional wrestling that the good guy, if you will, they would call the baby face. He has a certain face. He has a certain look. He looks a certain way. The other guy who, while in his real life, might be the guy that gives you the shirt off his back, but he looks a different way. He doesn't look as nice. They call him the heel. Ilia Topuria is a very handsome guy that will come at you hard. He has no reason to be saying this about Max. I think that's what makes it so great. Ilia Topuria, see, we still don't know. We still don't totally know where Topuria is going. I mean, they're talking about in parts of the world that you could book a bullfighting arena. Outdoor, 80,000, 100,000. They're talking about this. You take the celebrities of Spain, most famous actresses, most beautiful supermodels, the greatest, highest paid, we call it football for some reason, soccer players, right? They're all doting on him. I mean, if anybody could sell out an arena, I was like, really, your life depended on it. I would assume that person would be Conor McGregor. Just like if anybody had to do it, it might be Topuria. So now Topuria, he gets to choose. Do I want to be the heel or do I want to be the face? Dana's not pushing him in any direction. And if you can look at it, and you can look at it objectively, and you can see that the crowd is going to side with Max, and it doesn't matter who brings a belt. I'm a champion, he's a champion. His belt's protected, my belt's up for grabs. I guess maybe they don't like me over here. If you can look at that and see that a movie doesn't have two good guys, it isn't good versus good. Ever. Well, this guy's a good guy. This guy might even be a better guy. Oh, let's go off to the box office. It doesn't work that way. So if you could be smart enough to stand back, see what the score is, and come out in your role, which I think is what Topuria is doing. Now, I don't know enough about it. I don't know him well enough. Maybe this is just how, I don't know. But there is nothing more monetizable than a cool heel. And if you're the baddest dude in the room, signified by the world champion, which means you're also making a whole bunch of money and you're on the top of the card, and you're better looking than everybody, I mean, like, this is a really hard one to get wrong. It is a very fascinating situation, not to mention he's already aligning himself because of the rumors that he could sell out a Bull Stadium, which it really doesn't matter if he could or not. If he can get the world to believe that he can, then he's getting people coming to him. Sean O'Malley's done everything in the world, but he hadn't fought in a Bull arena. Sean O'Malley has climbed the ranks and did everything you could do, but he hadn't fought in front of 100,000 live people. I mean, it's one of these spots where if that guy is holding that, whether it's true or not, if he makes you believe that he's holding, it's the art of war, guys. Make your enemy believe you have a weapon that they can't deal with and convince them that you're willing to use it. It's the art of war, right? I just saved you 3 hours of reading. That's the entire thing. And Ilia has convinced people that he is the draw. And he's got a world title to back it up. And he's chosen to go heel. Now, the only thing I'm wondering, the only thing I'm sitting back and observing, is this tactical? Is this a player? And he's not just going for championship. He's going for the biggest draw in the sport. Because no one's ever gotten there without going for it. That's the secret you don't know about McGregor. He went for it. He looked at the board. He went for it. That's the secret you don't understand about O'Malley. He got to the World Championship, but that wasn't the game. He started playing a different game. That's the difference about Adesanya. They were playing a different game. And Ilia Topuria comes awfully hard. He's just it's too new. It's too fresh. I haven't figured out, is this tactical? But according to Topuria, the only thing keeping Max relevant is a title that's so irrelevant, they're not even putting it up.